Now, environmentalists are encouraging people to recycle Christmas present boxes and wrapping paper rather than send them straight to landfill. Campaigners say that people fail to recycle about a third of all cardboard packaging, with a large proportion of that waste generated naturally over the Christmas period. Well, Joe Tidy is live now at a recycling centre in Chichester, where more people could be sending their stuff.
That's right, yes, they're hoping for more and more people to send their Christmas material, recyclable wrapping paper, of course, and all the boxes. And speaking to people here at the recycling centre, this is the busiest time of the year for them. 50% up on the normal amount of material they get in. And I just wanted to show you this area here. This is a sampling part of the recycling centre where they take in just a sample of some of the material that's put in the bins around West Sussex. And this is what they do with it. They check the quality of it. So they'll be looking here for things like stuff they can recycle, stuff they can't recycle, the stuff they can't will have to be sent off to the incinerator to be burnt for fuel. Other stuff will be packaged up and sold on just like any other commodity, like aluminium and the plastics here, like this bottle here, that can obviously be recycled. Not the lid, of course. But this is the old-fashioned way of doing it, I suppose, because what really happens, where the magic happens, is this giant mechanised system over here. Let's take you around and show you a little bit about how it works here, and speak to the people here at Viridor about how things are going this Christmas, but also about our changing shopping habits. This is interesting. Look, this dust here is all from the this is glass, essentially. This is sand. So when all the glass is processed here, it reverts back to, oops, almost fell over there. It reverts back to what it was started off as sand. And that's how everything here is absolutely covered in this stuff. Let's talk to Sarah Heald from Viridor. Now, Sarah's telling me earlier just how busy it is this Christmas for you. How busy are you?
Yeah, it's been incredibly busy, Joe, actually. It's that kind of festive season, so we spend all of December preparing for it. Essentially, we normally get about 300, 400 tonnes a day into this facility here in West Sussex. We expect to see across the country that replicated across all 100 sites, about 30% more volume through the festive period.
And how does it work? Here, I'm not sure whether you can make it out, Mark, just over in that far corner, that's where the lorries come in and they bring all the material from the recycling bins, and it goes through this machine, and this is how it comes out. How does it work? Yeah,
that's right. So it goes through, it comes in as a raw material, we process it, we sort it, we put it through all the machines, and it comes out sorted into its various product groups. You can see here in this bale there's an awful lot of packaging. Again, reflects the time of year, reflects the changes in shopping habits as well. So what we're seeing now, a lot less plastic bags than we saw a year ago, because now we obviously have to pay for them. We've got that 5p charge. And we're seeing a lot more packaging, which reflects the change to more online shopping.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing then? I know that plastic bags are very hard to recycle, aren't they? So in terms of if we're getting more of this cardboard stuff, is that good? Are you making more money from it as well?
Well, I think it can only be a good thing if we moved away from plastic bags. I think that's something that we all agree on. Obviously, packaging is something we can recycle. There's a lot of it. Some wear and tear on the plants, so we have to make some investments to make sure that we can process it all. In terms of money, I mean, each commodity has a value. We have contracts with local authorities to run these plants. We make money off the commodities that come out the other end, and we share that in a risk-reward setup with the local authorities. Obviously, the packaging and the paper, that forms a lot of the bulk volume, so that's really where you make you get consistent revenues in from those. You get less of the metals, which are higher value. But overall, really, recycling is all about running your plant efficiently and cost effectively, and making sure that you're making good margins on it.
And we've got the aluminium here and the cardboard there. How much money would you make then from selling this to, I understand a lot of it goes to China, does it?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, aluminium cans now somewhere around £700 a tonne. But obviously, as I said, you get a lot less volume of aluminium and metals than you would do of, say, your papers and your cardboards and your packaging. We can sell them to China, and we do export, but obviously we prefer to sell it in our home market, in the UK and in Europe. It just depends on the customers, but we can sell it. It's an export product that can be sold all over the world. It's a valuable commodity, taking waste and turning it into a resource and producing new products from that.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us, Sarah. So a very busy time for the people here at the processing plant. It'll go right the way until the middle of January, and the message here as well is that people need to, if they can, put everything that is recyclable in the right recycling bins, because we have this target of 50% of all recycled goods should go through the right process by 2020. But according to the people here and elsewhere in the country, we're miles away from reaching that target.